Welcome to another episode of Music Business with Perry Martins. My name is Perry Martins, and you're welcome to my channel. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please try and subscribe as usual. What we talk about is music business and how it will benefit every artist and even anybody that wants to play within the music business space. So today I'm going to be talking about artist digital footprint and brand consistency. Artist digital footprint and brand consistency. Now that sounds like a mouthful, but don't worry, I'm going to break it down for you. For all of you who watched my last video that we talked about how to promote gospel music in Nigeria, thank you everybody for the comments, for the love and the support, for the likes. Auntie Jen Amzak, thank you so much for the encouraging words. It was very encouraging. You're the only person that commented, so thank you. Okay, so when we come back from this break, we will get into digital footprint and brand consistency. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Okay, so welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Music Business with Perry Martins. So, what is artist digital footprint? And what do we mean by brand consistency? Now, artist digital footprint, let's define it. Artist digital footprint is the trail of data you leave behind because of your activities online. The trail of the data you leave behind because of your activities online. So every time you are using the internet in any way, you are leaving a trail of data. Your email, your website, your visits to Facebook, Twitter, everything you're doing online, you're leaving what we call digital footprints. So, to buttress my point a little bit, let me share a little story with you. Many years ago, or not many years ago, about 5-6 years ago, we were working with this particular artist. He's a popular artist. And but there was this story about him online that keeps coming up in the search engine every time people search for him. So if people punch his name, there's this very ugly story about him that was written by one of the online blogs that always pops up as the first thing on the search engine every time you type his name, and that hurt his reputation a lot. It hurt his reputation, it hurt his personality, his feeling, the way you're looking for someone is looking for you, and then they search for you online, and then the first thing that pops up is a very negative story about something you did in your past. So that is what we call digital footprint. Digital footprints are informations about you, data about you that are littered all over the internet. Either they are written by you or they are written by people that are not related to you or that have something against you or even that have something for you. So I'm talking about stories written about you in the newspapers and the blogs, on social media, right? Everything that is being said about you and your brand is all on the internet, and every time someone Googles your name, searches your name in any of the search engines, they're going to find information that were written or were not written by you or any of your associates or online. That is what we call digital footprint. Now, for an artist, this affects your brand very, very much. It affects your brand, it affects your personality, it affects your relationship, it affects everything. Everything that is being written about you or that you are writing about yourself on the internet affects you in a way or the other. So what we're going to be discussing today is how to control your digital footprint. How do you control your digital footprint? But for us to do that, we need to also define your online brand. What is the online brand of an artist? How does an artist have a consistent online brand, right? So to deal with that, I also need to explain something to you. Now, when you are an upcoming artist, you're starting up as an artist, right? You always take up a name that you feel is consistent with what your brand stands for, right? So when people are starting up, when they are starting up their music career, maybe their name is Chinedu Oji, right? And because of trying to come up with a name that what we now call artist name, the person may go for, let's say Kizzy, right? Kizzy. So his name is Chinedu Okorie, and he chooses Kizzy as his artist name, right? We do it a lot. Now, what happens most times is that So you now go to Facebook to create a Facebook page, and then probably you're on Facebook already as Chinedu Okore. So you want to now create a Facebook page for an artist, and maybe you create a name that is you create a handle that is maybe Chinedu Kizi, right? Chinedu Kizi. Now you now go to Twitter and create Kizi underscore Nedu. Kizi underscore Nedu. You now go to Instagram and create Chinedu Okorie Kizi. So all over social media, you are present, but you are present in a very unorganized way. Your username is not the same across all the social media platforms. Do you know what happens? What basically happens is that you don't have what we call a unified digital brand. Your brand is scattered all over the place. Your username is scattered all over the place. It's not consistent, right? So you should have a unique name all across social media, so that when someone is searching for you, they can easily find you. A lot of contestants that contested in many talent hunts lost votes because their fans could not get their name correctly, because their fans were confused on whether their name has a double A or a double B somewhere, or has an R somewhere. I know a particular artist who this cost her a lot, during a particular live talent hunt that she participated in. People were confused, what exactly is her name? So your name online has to be really consistent and has to be the same on all social media platforms. This helps to give you a unique digital footprint, which would give direct access to you, which would be hard for imposters to duplicate. Because the thing is this: when you don't have a unique, consistent username or digital brand online, imposters will begin to, as you become popular, imposters will begin to use your name to create pages that will attract followers who probably are trying to reach you, but they now end up in this other imposter's page, and then they rip them off of money and all, and then someone will wake up one morning and accuse you that you stole money from them, or you took money from them because you were not paying attention to your usernames online. So what am I saying? Number one, first, before we begin to talk about digital footprint, let's talk about having a consistent brand online. So if your name is Kizi as an artist, let it be Kizi everywhere. So let's say you're on Facebook, you choose I am Kizi, right? I am Kizi. Then let it be I am Kizi everywhere. If in one place it can't be I am Kizi, change everything. The reason is this: it's very important that you have a consistent name. Let me give you some examples. Davido is Davido everywhere. In fact, recently he had to pay some other person on Instagram who was using the name Davido before him in order to get that name. That shows you how important branding is and having a unique username is. Nathaniel Bassey is Nathaniel Blow everywhere on social media, because these are the things that help you to attract your fans, to have a clean, clear digital footprint that will support your music, support your brand, make you very visible for people to be able to connect with you, right? So the importance of this particular thing I'm sharing with you is that it will make it easier for people to find you, for your fans to find you. When you have a unique username, as much as possible, make sure that your social media handles are verified. If they are not verified, try and verify them. It's very important for you as an artist. Even if you have not been able to verify, just make sure you have a consistent username on all the social media handles, so that your digital identity is very clean and clear. Very clean and clear, right? So that is that. Now the next thing is your digital footprint. As much as possible, employ a publicist who will help to control what is being said about you. And I know I've advised a lot of artists about this many times, telling them that don't just let anybody write. People are going to write stuff about you, right? But make sure you control the narrative. Control the narrative. How do you control the narrative? Control the narrative by having publicists who look out for information about you, to make sure that they are consistent with what you want to present to people, what your brand is about, right? So once in a while, Google yourself, Google your name to check and see what is written about you, especially if you're a popular artist, right? Then if you're not a popular artist, carefully grow or create the kind of digital footprint that you want. carefully grow. So have a website, have a, on your website or your Facebook or your YouTube page, make sure that in the About Us page or in the About page that you write something that is consistent with what you want people to see about you. So the more places you have the correct information about yourself, the better. So on all your pages, especially where they will say description, on all your social media pages, and all the other, music and artist related, social media platforms like Bandcamp and the rest of them, SoundCloud and the rest of them. Make sure you have the information you want people to have, and in each of those places, list out all your correct social media handles, so that when people search for you online, all they will see is the information about you. As much as possible, sign up on profile websites that list people's profile, things like Wikipedia and the rest of them that list artist profile, right? So that when people search for you, they will find clear information about you, how to connect with you, all your official pages, and so on and so forth. So we have already run out of time today. I was trying to rush this now so I can fit it all into 10 minutes, but we're running out of time. So today, begin to take care of your digital footprint. Always go online to check and see that your digital footprint is crystal clear and that your social media URLs are all the same. Very important, so that you would be attracting the right kind of fans, or you'll be attracting fans generally. And this thing also helps you because the algorithms of the search engine and all the the stores, that is the music distribution stores, will all work together to direct traffic to you. Normally, if you have a good digital footprint, when you go and search for yourself, your name, you will see a clear there's a small there's a small space on the search engines where your music will be listed in the different stores, right? So that if you are an artist, it will be clear when people search for you that you are an artist and your music is there. And it helps a lot when you are trying to apply for visas, because they will have to search for you. So when they search for you, let them see clear-cut information about who you are, what you do, how long you've been doing it, like it's a history about who you are and what you're doing. So that is all today on Music Business with Perry Martins. My name is Perry Martins. Please don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button. Come on, if you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. I will be willing to answer them for you. And don't forget, some of the services that we leave in our description area, try and go for one of them, right? So that you will improve your music business knowledge. So thank you, and see you in the next video.